Hello you guys, Martin Moreno from beautiful Phoenix, Arizona here. I'm first year in the college, planning to major in government and minor in education, inquiry, and justice. And today I'll be telling you about the things I dislike about Georgetown and basically just going through the flow. But as you noticed in the video, I had a face of discomfort, and that's because the first thing I dislike about Georgetown is the wind. So it's pretty windy at times, especially now that it's getting colder, that we're in the winter. And the thing is that at first I wasn't well equipped with making sure I had a beanie, a scarf, gloves, and those kind of things. It wasn't until I went back for Thanksgiving break to get all those things. But the wind hits you hard, and it's something that I'm not used to being from beautiful Phoenix, where there's not as much wind. It's just cold, but the wind is a whole different deal. It hits you in the face. It's just you can't even breathe. You struggle to breathe, and then your ears start getting cold, and so this a huge issue. But the thing is that you learn to adapt, and at first it was a struggle with having to struggle with the wind and being really cold and not being used to that. But then you get to uplift your style by wearing beanies, by wearing gloves, by wearing scarves, and you start styling yourself up by wearing layers. And so you start wearing all this different clothing, right? So I would say that's a pro as a first year. The second thing that I began to notice that I disliked about Georgetown are the airplanes. That constantly keep passing by, and just the noise they make. It's just at first it was just very annoying, something I could notice right away. And it's because where I'm from, there's not an airport right next door to me, and that's really something all these planes. That's another one. It's another one. It's another one. And it's just something little small detail I noticed. And sometimes if I wanted to make videos outside, I would have to wait until the plane stopped. And the thing with the airplanes though that I come to realize as I went back for Thanksgiving, came back, the Uber ride is just $20 or less than $20 just to get to Georgetown. And the reason why is because we have the airport, right there. Reagan, usually you arrive at Reagan, DCA, and then you just get here in less than 20 minutes or less than around that without traffic and things. But that's one of the benefits. While there's others that go to schools that are just in the middle of the forest or very far from an airport, and that will require them to spend more money on those things or spend more time getting their way to campus. So I say, well, that's one of the pros that I come to realize, even though there's a lot of airplanes always coming. That at least that when I arrive, I can always get to my school. And another one of the things that I dislike about Georgetown is, we're known for being the Hilltop, right? But the Hilltop, hill, So from being from beautiful Phoenix, Arizona, as I'll mention again, is that we're just flat. So it was really hard adjusting in terms of just taking so many stairs, especially going from the cafeteria here at Georgetown to the library. If you go straight, you'll hit the library, and basically, it's this hill, and it took time, and just, it would tire you up. But the thing is that with obstacles like this, where you have to take stairs, you have to take hills, it just builds your leg muscle, honestly. And if you don't believe me, look, just watch this guy on his bike. Hitting it so many times and doing this, it just gives them the strength to be able to just go over the hill. Watch, look at this. Wow, look at that speed. So basically, you build that leg muscle. I want to talk about our cafeteria is that they don't have late night Leos, but basically it closes at 8. Usually if you want to go, eat something, you usually have to go restaurants that are near Georgetown, things like that. And if you're on the meal plan, as usually first years are, you have to make sure that you get food, before 8 in order for you to, take advantage of that meal swiper. Make sure you get food and you don't have to pay for it by, going off campus or going somewhere else like that. And great things that comes from not having late night meals is that you are on top of your meal plan and then making sure you're eating at this certain time. One of the last things I dislike about Georgetown is facilities, and that sometimes things might go wrong in terms of a toilet flooding or a sink. In my case, our floor in where I live just got flooded, but it didn't stink up the whole floor for a couple of days. One of the great things about these struggles is that you can tell these stories and you get to see it from that good side. So from what I mentioned, it might feel like I'm exaggerating. Probably you might say, Martin, we just mentioned you just complaining, you're not being grateful for being at Georgetown. And no, I am super grateful for being in Georgetown and sitting here. I believe it's a really great school. It's just little small things that you should know about Georgetown. And that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Again, make sure to subscribe, like, and catch you guys in the next video.